Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, cats, dogs, and giraffes, welcome to another wonderful episode of The Root of All Stuff. Coming at you live, large and in charge. I am one of your co hosts, Mr. Josh Lutz. As always, with me is the other co host. It's co host to co host, Mr. Kevin McDuffie. Say hello to the unwashed masses, Kevin.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the episode of the root of all stuff that we are putting together. Nothing special on this one. We promised you one last time, so we're bringing you one. Um, and to be honest with this, we're kind of going into this one just cold turkey. Or is that the right turn of phrase? Uh, Basically, we don't have a freaking plan. Uh, which we never really do. We just sort of come up with a few topics before we do the show and try to run with those, and then we try to recap on last shows. But no plan today because we kind of did that last time, and it seemed to work out a lot better. And generally, the topic of this show is that anyway, we're just going to sit around, talk to each other, have a conversation, see what questions come up, and see if we can't get to the root of it. That's just what we do here at the root of all stuff. So, Josh, you ready to rock and roll, man?
Let's do it.
All right. So, last time, the last episode, we had a little banner back and forth, me and Josh did, about questions. We just asked, I asked a question, he asked a question. Of course, I was drinking last time a little bit more heavily than I am today. Today it's just sweet tea. But because I ran out of beer. But today I want to do that again, maybe a little more sober, and go a little back and forth. Does that sound good to you, man?
Sounds good, brother.
All
I did
right.
enjoy the whole question and answer thing because if you don't ask questions, how are you going to learn?
That's true. That's true. Most things in life, at least things that are, especially like anything you ever learned in school, you didn't learn any of it without there being a question presented in the first place. So, and just a quick tip, guys. Sorry if you hear a lot of background noise on my mic tonight. It's the kids again. Can't do anything with them. They're probably going to be in every episode. Just going to let you know now. Uh, we try to keep it to a dull roar, hopefully, but we'll see how it goes. So Josh, question. All right,
Yes, sir.
let me pull one right
Fire
out of
away.
my ass for you here.
Better wipe it
oh,
off.
sorry.
So wipe it off first.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on, like, your personally, you? What are your thoughts on vaccines?
Vaccines.
Yeah.
Well, in light of the absolute shit show that's going on right now, vaccines vaccines are a wonderful thing. We've come a long, long way in terms of vaccine production, not just for for the COVID, but for everything else. Things that used to kill 40% of humans before they reached the age of 6, now it's pretty much eradicated. Smallpox, uh, you know, polio, things like this.
Right.
I think the vaccines are a wonderful thing. I think everybody should have them, but I do respect people's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, some people are vaccine hesitant, and some people are proud anti-vaxxers. Uh,
Oh God. See.
you asked.
Yeah. All right. So anti-vaxxers. Now, while I agree with you about people having a choice for the most part, but there's an extent to everything, and the extent I'm willing to grant that is when it doesn't affect others. Do you see what? Does
Right.
that make sense? Like,
It does.
for example, the reason vaccines were so effective at getting rid of smallpox and shit like that was because people had to get the vaccine and the shit went away. It wasn't just because people were like, "Oh, I don't want to get it because woo." Yeah, all this stupid. bullshit pseudoscience that people are going to go on, which I will touch on a little later. We might hit that soon enough.
You're gonna
But
kick
sorry.
it.
But that good answer. Good answer. Go ahead. What you got?
What in your opinion is the greatest cause of vaccine hesitancy? Not necessarily anti-vax, thoughts, processes, or lack thereof, but people who are kind of on the fence about vaccines.
Okay. Honestly, people who are on the fence that are just not sure, and I have no problem with those people. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not knowing something. There's something wrong with knowing something and literally doing the opposite of it. That's stupid. But for people who are hesitant on vaccines, the reason I think that that's prominent, as you asked, is really due to the misinformation from all the pseudoscience and woo that I was discussing that gets out there. People, like we discussed on the last episode, you can have your own opinion, but you can't have your own facts, right? So a lot of people who can't differentiate between what they believe and what is a fact, or that they think the two are one and the same when they're not, have trouble with that. That they're the ones usually telling you that vaccines are going to give you what was it they were trying to say? It gave you autism, which is bullshit because it doesn't. Not at all.
No.
The quack who tried to say that had to redact that because it didn't have any holdings in science in the medical field whatsoever. It's bullshit. Get over it. It just is. It's not true to any extent. Vaccines have literally gotten rid of shit that would have pretty well put a huge dent in the human population if not eradicated it completely, such as smallpox, polio. I mean, the list goes on and on. And people like to equate other things like, well, what about the flu shot? Now, if you don't get the flu shot, that's fine, I guess. It's not good. It's not good. Actually, it's not fine. It's it's more whatever. But the reason that people have such a problem with the flu shot is they're like, well, it doesn't work, or it gave me the flu. Flu shot never gives you the flu. It never gives you the flu. What you got, if you got the flu after getting the flu shot, you got a different strain. See, there's so many strains of the flu out there. And, wow, I don't know what's going on above my head, but it sounds like an earthquake.
Hey, I'll shut up.
Yeah, quiet down up there. Stampede. Sorry, got a little off track. But the reason the flu shot is hit or miss with folks because there's so many strains of the flu. What the medical industry tries to do is guess which strain is going to be prominent this year. And they take a dead version of that virus and make the vaccine with it, which they inject you with, which your body learns to fight, so you don't get that strain of the flu. And if you get the flu shot, I can, pretty well tell you, you're probably not getting that strain of the flu. If you get the flu, you got a different strain. Now, does that mean, the vaccine don't work, so we just shouldn't get it? Or how are they going to get it wrong? No. Usually, they're at least close, if they're not dead on, I mean, no one's perfect all the time. People, especially, human beings generally are not good at predictions. So the fact that they are that good at that prediction is extraordinary. And it goes to show the intelligence and hard work that goes on. And tell you what, Josh, give me about 5 seconds here and we're going to pause because I'm going to lose my mind. And we're back. Sorry, everyone.
Hi.
Trying to deal with the fam. They're not trying to deal with me. They're like, screw that guy in his podcast.
Trying to help.
Yeah. All right. Good question. Good question, by the way. All right. So What are your thoughts on? Well, all right. So we brought up anti-vaxxers briefly there and things like that. Now, excuse me. If you are, I'm fine. If you are skeptical about vaccines, well, that's fine. That's fine. But what's not fine is you not doing your due diligence to find out that they do work. So if you go and all right, so my aunt is a registered nurse, and she posted something the other day that was spot on. I was telling Josh about it earlier. If you go to an old cemetery, okay, and you look at all the children's graves before the 1950s and 60s, there are a lot of them. They're pretty chock full of children, small infants, and things like that's graves, and that is sad and terrible. But if you notice, they only go up to about then, and then they sort of taper off. Like you don't see many after that. There are some. I'm not saying you won't see any. I'm saying you will see far less of children's and infants and people who died at a young ages graves from the beyond the 1950s and 60s. The reason that is vaccines. So there's some empirical evidence. Go and run an experiment. Go find out for yourself. So, all right. So, Josh, my question to you is, what do you think makes people, or well, I don't want to say makes people, but what is it that people perceive about science that they either or fact and reality, and the reality we all must share, that they can't put together what they believe isn't necessarily what it is? Does that make sense? Like what do you think causes this cognitive dissonance in the masses? We know it's a human trait, we all have it, but I'm saying at the extent that we're seeing it in society today, like where people just cannot, like you can tell them shit stinks and they won't believe you just because they never thought so their whole life. What do you think?
Damn, that's a good question. Well, I think that a lot of it has to do with just misinformation, and not only misinformation, but a lot of it passed down.
Well, there's. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your answer.
You're fine.
Just a quick thought on that. So there is misinformation, disinformation, and people who are generally uninformed. And you were right. I think that has a lot to do with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out, but continue.
Oh no, you're good. As far as people not accepting facts because it makes them uncomfortable, they just rather stick with what makes them feel good. That's bullshit. To a certain extent, I can understand it, being the man I am, but also to a certain extent, I cannot. Um, if you tell me that vaccines will give you autism, then I will ask you to provide proof. The burden of proof is on you at that point, and you can't. You can't give me any empirical evidence. You can give me anecdotal evidence, but that doesn't count.
Nope.
As far as science and why people don't, adhere more to science than just, old folk remedies and such like this, there was a time when that was all they had.
Well, right, but see, a lot of those that worked were founded because that was a science. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's now backed by science. As far as the science that some people just, they're uninformed. Some people are disinformed. Some people just don't want to accept it because
even though they know it.
It's out of their comfort zone. Facts don't care about feelings.
This is true.
Plain and
This is true.
the science is there. It has been proven. And if you don't want to accept it, that's your right. You have the right to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, as far as the unmask, it kind of hints back to the last podcast we did. It's just that sheep mentality. Everybody's like, oh, well, they're saying this. Let's say the same thing. And it just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, the projection game that's being thrown around is something else too.
It's like a gigantic snowball of shit
Yeah, like
rolling downhill.
it never ceases to amaze me. All right, who had the last question? Did I?
believe you did.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me ask you this one just because I want to hear your answer.
Okay.
Let's say that you got to sit down with a staunch, just devout anti-vaxxer.
Okay.
What would be one way that you could peacefully,
How peaceful?
perhaps peacefully,
Okay.
one way that you could perhaps persuade them to rethink their views?
Huh. Well, generally, I mean, from my perspective, but of course that could be flawed. This is just an opinion. I don't think I'm ever very hostile with anyone until they get to a level of stupid. But then when it gets to that point, I tend just to stop the conversation. I'm done like talking with a person when they get to that point. But all right, so an anti-vaxxer. So the way I would approach that, if there's any hope in saving them at all, and if they're truly anti-vaxxer, not someone just on the fence, is that what you're asking me? Like they are just against that. That's not
right. Got the T-shirt,
right. Okay.
And everything.
They're like, oh, they're putting mercury in you and that'll kill you and all that. Yeah, that type of person. So how I would approach that, just to be as peaceful as I can, is put the ball in their court. I would simply ask them a question. I'd be like, how did you come to that conclusion? And when they start spouting off bullshit, which is almost guaranteed, I would try to be gentle and patient as long as I could, which I'm not the best at, guys. I'm sorry. I would try to be patient and ask them more questions to try to lead them to the answer themselves. But if they just are, they're just avoiding that, their mind's like a steel trap. They're not going to accept it. If their mind's made up, then there ain't nothing you can do with that. They have to have some level of open-mindedness for me to even have the conversation. If you're so close-minded that your mind's already made up, that no, that's just the way it is because I think so. I'm done with you. There ain't nothing we can do with you on that one, But as far as someone who has, they're anti-vaxxer right now because they've heard some misinformation, but they're still open-minded. I would just point out empirical evidence that would lead them and let them see it themselves. Let them go if they actually take the due diligence to find this out for themselves, because it ain't hard. It's not hard to find out that you were wrong and that what the facts are. It's not always so difficult, especially on things that's already been solved by science. Things that haven't are the things that are difficult. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Good Lord. Children are going crazy again. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Oh, here goes the dogs. Great.
This is how you know we are real, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes. Sorry, actually, Josh's place seems pretty quiet. I gotta say,
I got a whole team of crack ninja commandos training in the next room, but you can't hear them because they're ninjas.
Yeah, you can hear all of mine. God, they're going ape shit. There goes another stampede. Amazing. But yeah, good question. Good question. Did I answer it clearly enough, or did you want?
Yeah, you did. for me. Yeah.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions about what we discussed, feel free.
Or anything.
Oh yeah, anything.
Give me just a second. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. So yeah, Josh, my question for you will be, all right, since you gave me anti-vaxxers, let me ask you, how would you approach gently and peacefully, coddling is sometimes necessary with folks, a flat earther, someone who just, who is, and now hold on, I'm talking about one of these that's, they are going to try to point out some woo to you, or pseudoscience, what I call woo, everyone. They're going to try to throw some woo at you about how it is, how it's flat and on this plane, and they're going to try to tell you scientifically how it works when they don't really understand science. How would you approach that?
Gently, right? Well, that's a departure from my usual approach, but I would, it's like you said earlier. If their mind is dead set, locked into it, there's not really much you can do about it.
Right.
Uh, and some people are happy living in that little bubble of whatever you call that.
Dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would.
Like, they're going to come at you with arguments like, water does not conform to a round object. Yeah. Because they'll hold a ball and pour water over it and it'll fall. So it didn't stick to it. Because they don't think gravity's a thing.
Ball that we're standing on.
Yeah, that's probably due to the mass of the giant thing that keeps us all to it. That has, a lot more mass than your tennis ball or whatever you're pouring water over.
I would enter into a discussion with them. I'd ask them to provide proof, and they start giving me all this scientific mumbo jumbo.
Oh, they will try. They will try to give you some proof. It's all bullshit, but they'll try to give you some proof.
It would just be the woo.
Yeah, very much woo.
I'd be like, well, science, physics.
They're like, that's what I'm using.
You have a picture of the flat Earth because I have a picture of the round one.
Yeah, but NASA faked that one.
NASA faked it, yeah. And Kennedy shot first, right?
Yep. Most definitely. Hey, quiet down. The reptilian overlords don't like us talking about that. We discovered that last time.
I got 10 full in my house. I ain't worried.
Obviously, I need some.
But yeah, that's discussion would be the key there, to try to maybe see if I could get those blinders off.
I would love, by the way, for those of you that are listening to this and you are just seething, pissed off right now because you're like, these guys are assholes. They're just wrong. They don't want to listen to the truth. Please feel free to email us at therootofallstuff@gmail.com. And anyone else who has any other questions, feel free to, write us in your questions at the same site, or on Facebook at the Root of All Stuff Facebook page. Because we don't hate you. We are open to having a conversation with you. Please go. And that goes not just for flat earthers and anti-vaxxers and woo. But especially you, if you're pissed about anything we said, please, we will have a conversation with you. We will give you an opportunity to show us we're wrong, because Josh and I are open-minded. Our minds aren't like a steel trap. We are willing to change our mind. All we require is just a little bit of evidence. So, and anyone else, by the way, not just those folks. Even though I will instantly respond to that shit. But anybody else, any of our audience who has any questions or anything, or wants to, potentially be on the show or have a conversation with us, feel free to get in contact with us. But yeah, all right, Josh, I asked the last question, right?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, go ahead, fire away, man.
I've got a kind of step away from the woo a little bit.
Yeah.
I got a
Don't
moral.
get caught in the woo, Josh.
Yeah, it's a strong pull. I've got a question of morals for you.
Oh, a philosophical question, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right, what you got?
If the most effective way to help a large population of people out of poverty was to stop helping a small population altogether, would that be a reasonable choice to make?
Hmm. This is almost very. This is very familiar to the trolley, the railroad car question. Are you familiar with?
Yeah.
All right, so I will answer your question. I'm not evading it, since I brought it up, for those of you who don't know about the railroad trolley or whatever it is, basically, some people call it a trolley. I'm going to go with a train just because my grandfather was an engineer, a railroad engineer. So we'll go with you're a train engineer and you're on the tracks and there's a switch coming up, even though pretty sure you don't control that, but whatever. Let's say you can control that from the train, whether you go on the left tracks or the right tracks. All right. The left track has one person on it. The right track, did I say that right? The left track has one person on it. The right track has a whole crowd, like 100 people on it. Okay. Let's say though that the one person and you love them dearly. They're like a family member or whatever. And the other track, it has 100 people on it, but you don't know any of them at all. Which track do you take? It's very difficult, right? So, sorry, back to your question, which is very similar. To deprive the small village of what was it? Of food or
Altogether,
just deprive them of any need.
anything and everything to help
Hmm.
multiple large villages out of starvation and
Now,
poverty.
I hate. I'm not answering this question with a question, but for clarification of your question, I do have a question.
Hmm.
Who am I to be supporting this group or nation in the first place?
Let's say, for argument's sake, you are the leader of this nation and you have full autonomy and control over what happens.
Over both nations?
The
Or just one?
villages,
Sorry?
the villages.
Yeah, over both villages or just one or the other?
Oh, you have control over both.
Okay, I got you. I'm the leader of the whole place, so I'm depriving one village to take care of another. All
Take
right.
care of multiple others.
Multiple others. So
Yeah.
the village that I'm taking care of in lieu of the few are the many, right?
Right.
Well, and see the trick with this is there is no correct answer. That's my answer. There is no correct, absolute 100% morally correct answer. However, in my opinion, I would try to do the benefit for the most good. If that means depriving the small village to take care of them, that would that's what I have to do. However, I would do everything in my power to try to take care of both. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like I would try not to deprive to take care of the other, but if there was no other choice, like that's just how it people will die. Yeah, I mean, life is more valuable to me, you know, so the greater well-being for the most people is important to me, so I would have to take care of that group if that was the last option, like there was no other route I could take to take care of both. That would be my way of taking care of it, and I could be wrong on that one. On that one you could disagree with me and you may not be wrong, strangely enough.
Good answer.
Hey. All right. So, since we're on philosophy for a minute, um, do you think that it is immoral to kill someone? Like, generally speaking.
Generally speaking, I mean, that could be the constraints of anything, execution.
No. I'm talking about, like, you walk out of your house and blow some guy away right now. That cool with you?
Do I think that it's wrong?
Right. Like, that's what I'm asking you. Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's right or wrong to kill another human being?
Generally speaking, I don't believe it's right.
Okay. Good.
Now,
Good. Good. Because if you gave me another answer, I was going to have a long talk with you about ethics. Yeah, about it.
having said that, you know, there are so many loopholes and exceptions and, you know, pushed boundaries. We have both had professions, you and I both, where we were trained to use deadly force. Different settings, but to the same end.
Yeah. So here's where I was going with that. I know. Sorry. I know I was only supposed to have one question.
Oh no, you're fine.
So, since we both agree that generally, and I think most of the population does, seeing as how prison is a thing, if you kill someone and there's, you know, murder one and all that in the legal system, that killing people is not very good. Now, what do you think about killing a pig? Is that generally okay? Like the animal, like a pig. Like, I like bacon. Sorry.
I love bacon. I love bacon, ham, sausage.
Yeah.
It comes off pigs pretty damn tasty. I can see where you're going with it, but it is more.
It's pretty fucked up, isn't it? It's pretty fucked up.
Humanity has put more of a precedence on human life than any other life.
Yeah.
We tend as humans to hold our own lives.
Which I gotta say, I'm a little biased towards human, as like.
Well, yeah, seeing as we are.
Yeah. And that I don't want to eat any humans. I know there's people out there that like that shit. But I don't want to try a human. Like, as far as eating it, this cannibalism doesn't seem to work out. Really, and this is not the only reason, but a major reason I definitely don't want to try that shit is I'm a little bit scared I might like it.
Yeah.
And there they go again. I swear, if I could put together one episode without all this shit going on, after I've told them I'm putting together an episode, yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's like, they're like, oh.
It's like, oh, he just told us to, quiet down. Well, let's ruin that shit immediately. Screw him.
Drum set and
there's one back here. Yeah, hey, this is back here. I mean, why not? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, humanity as a whole puts you know, the human life as an acme over anything else.
Now here's another question. I'm sorry. I know you're working on that answer.
Right, the gears are turning. It's a little chilly outside.
I know you're working on that answer. So if, all right, generally speaking, though, do you think that human life, other than your bias, do you really think that human life is any more important than any other life? Like any animals or any other living thing? By the way, guys, I'm not a serial killer, and I'm not, I know this is some of the philosophy that's been used by some. No worries there.
Yeah, Kevin's not a serial killer. The odds of two serial killers co-hosting the same show is just astronomical.
Yeah.
I tend to place human life above anything else.
Hmm.
Uh, but at the same time, I try very hard to keep the mindset that all life is a gift.
Okay. So you would agree that all life, to some degree, is special.
Yes,
Okay.
a pig's life is special, just like a cow's life is special. Just
Special to me
like,
because those things taste good, man.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why bacon is so tasty.
Oh yeah, and steak. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Mm.
it. That's a really good question.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like bust your balls. So
Oh no, man. Nah, that's what we're here for, man.
that's
If we
true.
don't
That's true.
challenge each other and challenge the people listening, to think, then we're not doing our job.
True. True that. That's something. That's something to get to the root of there. Anybody has any thoughts on that? Feel free to contact us. Like I said. Um, but yeah. All right. So I had the last one. Go ahead. Fire away, Josh.
See, what is the one thing that someone has said to you in your life? The one thing that has motivated you more than anything else to do better, to be successful, to not be
Do
any
better.
use.
You said. Sorry, we glitched a little there. You there? Hold on just a second, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We had some technical difficulties again in this episode. But right before we ran out, um, not ran out, but got cut off by our technical difficulty, Josh asked me a question. Josh, can you ask that one more time?
Yeah, I got you right here. What is one thing that someone has said to you that has motivated you the most to do better?
The one thing, I don't know if there is just one thing, but first thing that pops into mind, let's see. Um, when I was a kid, my mom always told me what goes around comes around. Now, still, I know what she means. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know of the validity of it, but I mean, I get it. You know, you get what you give sometimes. You know, as far as especially like respect and the golden rule, doing to others as you would have them doing to you, things like that. Um, that had a profound effect on me in the way that I try to treat people. I'm not always good at it. And what goes around comes around. It was the same the way my mom would put it to me, and my papa for that matter. But yeah, that motivated me to look at how I treated other people. At least, sometimes like I say, I'm still not good at it. I'm human. I'm not perfect, but yeah, that's how I would answer that. So for you, here we go. Should here's a topic that we haven't hopped on yet. So, are you familiar with Dr. Kevorkian,
I am
Dr. Death, as he is known?
Doctor Death.
In you, all right. So, in your opinion, should terminally ill people be allowed or encouraged to commit suicide?
Oh, damn.
I know that's a tall order, right?
It is. It is. Encouraged? No.
Right.
Allowed? That's going to be not only a moral question, but a question of legality. as to
All right, but see, most legalities are based on our ideas as a society of morals, right?
that's true.
So in your opinion, uh, what do you think? Do you think that someone who's terminally ill and they wanna not suffer anymore, they wanna does it for it to be over, should they be allowed to do it or have
Yes,
it done? Yes.
yes.
Yeah. I
And
tend to agree with that. I know
uh,
that people don't, but I mean, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But on that one, to me, it seems a little cruel and unfair to make someone suffer if they don't have to.
right. And coming from me, I do not condone suicide personally, but you got
I
to
know,
look at the quality of life.
right. That's what I was about to get at. Like, I don't condone it as far as like just kill offing yourself for selfish reasons, which I have a feeling there's some nobody that kills themselves, in my opinion, is okay to start with. They're not mentally okay. They're not. They're not. There's something wrong. And also a lot of that can do with your quality of life, like you said. So as far as that being an option, like I say, it depends on the circumstance for me. I do think though that if someone's terminally ill, like they know they're going to die, that they should have the autonomy and to make that decision for themselves. But and I understand the legality problems of that, but like I say, the legal problems are what we put into place as we see it right or wrong as a society. That doesn't make it truly morally right or wrong because some laws are immoral, as we've no doubt seen through history and even in this country. Like, at one point it was illegal or it wasn't illegal to own people. That's immoral. Sorry, it just is. I mean, it's wrong. And like I say in most episodes, you could disagree with me. You'd just be wrong. All right. So did you ask that one? Or did I ask that one? Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Fire away, Josh.
Um, when is love? Now, love is very, very strong. It is. It is a very strong bond. When is love considered, or when can you see love as a weakness?
When can I see love as a weakness? Hmm. For clarity, what is love?
You got me there, man. I couldn't give you the
No,
definition.
no. I know there's some people there. What is he saying? He doesn't love anyone. Or he's not. No. What an asshole. No. There's a lot of people. I love Josh. That is one of my
Yeah,
best friends in the whole wide world.
that's right. Kevin's my brother. I love him to death. As far as
but
a
but as far as it being, I'm sorry. As far do what?
as far as a definition, I really could not give you one.
Right. But that like people who are thinking that that's insane. Think about it yourself. Can you really define love? Like completely define it? Like as far as an actual definition to include all of love. Right. So it's hard to do. But when is it a weakness? I would say when you love something that doesn't love you back.
I agree,
Yeah.
and that's a sad thing that I see. You know, myself included. I've done it before. We as a species, in terms of love, tend to run back to the things that rob us the most. I see it every day. Uh, and it's, love can be a very, very great weakness when it's blind.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, I'm not sure on it. Like I say, that's just the way I would define it, just because that always seems to have a negative kind of connotation to it whenever you love something that doesn't love you back. But we're all guilty of that at some point in our lives. But as far as what love is, I'm also, like I said, not 100% sure on how to completely define that. Or is love real? Things like that. Like, yes, to some extent, but it's a very complicated question that we could have a whole episode on sometime soon. So we might delve into that one. That's possible. Um, yeah, good one. That was a good question. Let's see. So I know we discussed this one recently, but can't help but to throw it out there. What are dreams and why do we have them?
What are dreams and why do we have them? Well, dreams can, they can be caused by a number of things. Um, at its base, it's just the brain
Yeah.
replaying a memory or some traumatic event. People with PTSD, such as you and I, we have some fucked up dreams on occasion. We really do. Just random synapses firing off in the brain, making pictures, and doesn't make sense. Hell,
Yeah.
people dream every
Yeah,
day.
but you also have some awesome dreams though. Like you could be with
Oh yeah,
some
I
that I
could be.
won't. You could have some dreams that about your well, not sorry, you're not married. You could have a dream about your girlfriend, and I could definitely have an awesome dream about my wife.
See, there you go.
See
It
what I did
all.
there? See what I did there? Didn't get
Yeah.
in trouble. Ha ha. See what I did there?
uh, as far as what dreams, I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I would have to assume that they're completely random as to what you dream.
Are they?
That I don't know.
Are they? Are they
That would be
random?
a
I
good
don't
question.
know. See, yeah, that's one we're gonna have to delve into a little deeper when we
Yeah,
have a little more time. That's one to jot down there. All
that
right.
was a good one.
Yeah, go ahead. Fire away, man. What you got?
Oh no, you're good. Let's see, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite song and why?
Oh God. Like just one? I don't know.
Just one.
Man, I don't know because it changes. Like
Well, let's go
great.
recently.
Now my heat's gonna cut on. You hear that?
I do.
That is not my favorite tune. Sorry,
But it can be
everybody.
one.
Yeah, I do like to be warm, especially when it is snowing outside, everybody. So um let's see. Favorite song. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I cannot pinpoint just one. I'm a music lover, but I there is so many songs that are awesome and I love, and so many groups and bands and things and artists that I like that I could never. I would have a really hard time giving you a top 10, much less just one favorite song. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. I don't.
Oh no, that's fine. That was a very open ended question.
Yeah.
Uh, in retort, before we move on, I think that the one that I've been listening to here lately is a song called Stone Walls. It's by a bluegrass band called Three Tall Pines, and it haunts me. It grabbed hold of me the very first time I listened to it because it reminds me of my childhood and how things change, and we watch them change, and there's nothing we can do about the change.
Yeah, it's not bad. I have to give that a listen.
I very much recommend it.
All right. So, all right. Excuse me. Which is better, to play a good game and lose, or cheat and play a bad game and win?
Well, since Brady moved to Tampa Bay, Belichick really doesn't.
Oh shit! It's Super Bowl weekend, Josh. You are gonna have like a fire started. That is amazing.
Good. That's
Oh
what
no!
I
Don't
want.
stop. Keep going. I'm with you on this shit. Go ahead.
Uh,
Piss people off. It's fine. For those
I'm,
of
I'm
you
not
that's
gonna
pissed off,
lie.
that's all right. We still love you. Give us
Yeah,
shoot us an email at therootofallstuff@gmail.com, or find us on the Facebook page, The Root of All Stuff, and throw in some comments. Yeah.
please.
Yes. What you
Um,
got, Josh? Talk
but
about
yeah,
our
it
boy
it
Brady
is
down there.
absolutely tickled me to death. These, people I've talked to who are so pissed. They're like, Belichick was the only reason Brady did good. This motherfucker left New England and he just picked a team at random. He's like, hey, y'all want to go to the Super Bowl?
Well, hold on. This cocksucker didn't pick no team at random. Don't get me wrong. I ain't shitting on Brady. He's not my favorite. I don't really care. He's a good quarterback. He is.
He
Like
is.
nobody can honestly say that he's not. You don't. I don't give a shit what team's around you. You don't go to the Super Bowl that many times if you fucking suck.
No.
But
And you sure as hell don't go your first season with a new team
yeah.
after
Well, all
spending.
right. So I'm sorry. My path that I was going on, that my tangent that I was going on, as far as a response to what you said, he didn't go with a whole damn new team. Boy's got Gronk down there,
Oh yeah, Gronk came out of retirement.
and I'm just saying he took some with him there. Now I'm not saying that makes him any better or worse. I know I got people pissed off, but I don't know who you're pulling for in the Super Bowl. My team's not in the Super Bowl, so I don't give a shit either way. But on this one, I'm pulling for the Chiefs. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, how many people did I just piss off all at one time?
that's all right.
Hey, the Chiefs aren't my team. They're not somebody I pull for regularly. I just like them more than I do the Bucks. Why? Because, well, Brady's got a lot of Super Bowls. Bucks not so much, maybe. And I understand that's why people are putting them in the underdog slot. And the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this past year. Okay. But how many people are really remembering that win was what a shitty year it was? I'm not saying that this year's going any better, because so far it's been a kind of a shit sandwich that we all had to take a bite of, just like last year so far. Hoping it gets better though. And honestly, there are things that are already going a lot better as far as, certain things in 2021. Not saying it's perfect, because it does still suck. But but I think they need another win just so people can hopefully in this better year, knock on wood, that will be a little better. Remember, not just you won the shitty year, the year that sucked. That would make people hate the Chiefs for no reason.
Well,
That's my logic on it. Who you pulling for in the Super Bowl, Josh?
Chiefs.
All right, you pulling for Chiefs? All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we just pissed off a whole bunch of Bucks, man. Listen, guys, we ain't got nothing against the Bucks. I don't care. Like I said, I really don't care either way. If they win, I'm not gonna lose a wink of sleep or shed a single tear. I don't care either way.
Nah.
I
To
just
be honest with you, I'm in it more for the commercials than anything.
right. It's just it's just our preference that the Chiefs win. You gotta pick somebody. Come on, I mean,
Yeah.
and if they don't, oh well. Meanwhile, my team, I'm severely worried about, and shit's going a little weird right now. I don't know if
That's all right. My team's all huddled up in Las Vegas right now. I ain't worried about it.
That's right. You're a Raiders fan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight when them two get together.
Oh yeah. Well, at least that's one of those teams I don't hate. Like, all right, now I got some friends of mine who I know listen to this podcast that's gonna give me some shit, and that's all right. That's all right. But I hate Dallas. I hate. And my friends are like, fuck you, Kevin. We love Dallas. That's fine. Like who you like, man. But see, that's just it. Some of these people are like my best friends in the whole world. And and that's just it. See, there's an example of how people can disagree and still get along. Isn't that weird? What a concept, America. What a concept.
That's some mind-blowing shit, man.
I know.
Who did you say you hate?
Dallas, the Cowboys.
Who?
Goofballs with a little star.
Oh, yeah. American team.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Everybody else is going to be watching the Super Bowl tomorrow.
But all right, hold on. For clarity, that's not the only team I despise. It's just the team I most despise. Yeah, I despise them. I despise the Patriots. Oh, that's going to piss some people off. The Giants. The Giants. The Giants. Yeah, you know. How many people are pissed off now? I don't hate you. I don't despise you. Maybe just your team. Yeah. And if you hate me because I hate your team, then that's like your problem, man.
Yeah. We're all entitled to our opinions. You guys just like teams that suck.
Yeah. And you can disagree with us. You'd just be wrong. That was arrogant. Sorry, that was a little too much, but fuck it. It's out there now. So I'm hoping to have a guest on soon. Trying to line it up so I don't want to mention any names. Who is actually a Dallas fan. I'm sure he'll have something to say about it if we get him on.
I have to find a Betamax player so he can rewatch his last Super Bowl win.
Oh shit! Yeah, VHS.
Oh damn! Did I say that out
loud? Damn, Josh. Easy. These are our friends. These are.
Well, I didn't say it out of anger.
Yeah, but I want them to come on. I don't want being pissed at us. Nah, most of our friends are adults as well. They don't get that. I'm sure they'll give us some shit about that, but they ain't gonna like. We can't be friends no more.
Oh, all right. Who had the last question?
Shit, if I know. I don't even remember what it was.
I'm gonna fire off the next one. Here you
go. Go ahead, shoot at it. Go.
Keep with the same vein.
All right,
Kevin.
Yeah.
Why do we idolize sports players?
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I know. I'm just playing. I know what you meant. I don't know why people do. I guess because it's like a projection. It's like the same reason people idolize the former president, who I won't name that we might have recently had.
Reagan?
Yeah, no. Same party though. You know, because they idolized him because he was a billionaire, and they all thought that they all think in their head they're gonna be rich like that one day, even though it's not really feasible. Not impossible, just not very likely. And they project that into their mentality, and I think that's sort of the same thing with sports fans. They idolize somebody because they wish they were them, or they wish they could be there.
Yeah, they want to have that superstar lifestyle, doing something they love, and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Sports as a whole.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on rap music here because I you know, it's all right. People like it. I get it. I do too. I think that's why though that a lot of this newer, I don't know what you would call it, rap, R&B, stuff like that. What to me it seems like music today has gone in a weird direction, and this is just my opinion. It's a perspective type thing, and I could be way wrong or way off based on this, and that's fine. I hope someone proves me wrong on this. But it's all about like what are songs about now? It's either sex and or money and power or something like that. Whereas sex has always been there. I get that one, but at least it used to be like a story or there used to be a message in the song, or it could be about something else. They had different topics, but it seems to me to be all about, look at how much money I have or how gangster I am or who I'm screwing. And I'm just like, and don't get me wrong, like some of that's good, but too much of anything is not good.
Right.
I don't know. Just an
Right.
opinion. Just an
But
opinion. And I
I
could be
mean,
wrong on that.
taking rap as an example, I can remember when rap used to tell the story of the struggle
Yeah,
and how hard it was to be who you were, where you were,
right.
and they got away from that.
Yeah. And like I said, these are just opinion takes. I'm sure somebody's out there fucking pissed off right now, but like I say, I'm not shitting on you. I don't know why you're mad. Why are you mad, bro? uh all right. Did you ask the last one?
I did.
Okay. So, all right. So check this out. I got a question for you. You and I perceive pain
Yes.
like as living things, right?
Hmm.
Can all right, and all right, all right. Oh, hold on. Let me ask you a few questions if that's all right. A small series.
Right.
One, how do you tell if something is alive or not? Like you and I are living things, right? Uh,
Right.
this pen isn't. Why? What's the difference?
Cells, respiration.
Cells. Cells. That's right. That's the answer. Um, living things are made of cells. That's literally how we define them. All right. So plants are made of cells and they're living things, right? So, and plants have their own sort of defense mechanisms, like roses grow thorns on them so things don't eat them and things like that. So even though they lack a nervous system, do plants feel pain or can vegetables feel pain when you bite into them? Like, does that make sense?
It does. Um, I don't know that they would feel pain, and if they do, it would not be the same as us.
Correct. I
Just
would say they
because,
don't because they don't have a nervous system, but
right.
but
Well, I mean, you're
that
talking about,
right.
you
I'm
know,
not exactly talking about physical pain necessarily. Right.
right. You talk about roses having thorns and such like that. It's more of a survival mechanism
Yeah,
that I guess you could put
but
as the closest.
I do wonder what spawns that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a nervous system or a working brain, or what is their defense mechanism ran by? That's something I should ask a biologist.
I guess the broadest answer would be evolution.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm sure it's evolved into them, but I just wonder
What the catalyst was.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Fire away. Sorry.
Um. Let's see. What is one thing that you could see or encounter that is a light switch for you? And you go from calm to just full blown rip shit pissed off.
Mess with my food or my family.
I was gonna say.
Those are the two things. Other than that, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Don't fuck with
Yeah.
my food. Definitely don't fuck with my family.
That's me.
Those are my two triggers. You triggered.
Yeah, mine too. My two are my family. Or let me watch somebody raise a hand to a child. Now I can understand, parents that spank their children,
Like
but
full on punching a child in the face as hard as you can. Yeah, there's a difference.
or a grown ass man backhanding a 3 year old, 4 foot across the floor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say something.
yeah.
I promise. I've seen me do it.
I may not even say nothing. I may just return in kind.
I cannot stand that.
Yeah. Now, as far as whooping the hell out of a kid, I ain't got no problem with that. Like the kid's being an asshole, but
Right.
but yeah, people were like corporal punishment. Yeah, okay. They're not your damn kids. You raise your kids how you want, unless you're doing what Josh was just talking about, which is abuse. Not okay.
Not once. Never.
Mm-mm. But like I say, yeah, the dogs are going crazy. Sorry. But yeah, those are the two things that you ever want to trigger me. That's how you do it. And that's with my food or my family. Family, most definitely. Food, I'm not saying like if it sucks or whatever. Like if somebody just makes a meal and it just ain't good. No, I'm talking about people actively trying to mess with your food. That shit pisses me off. Like I'm a fat guy. I like to eat. Don't mess with my food. I swear, if I see it, if I see somebody like spitting my food like intentionally or something like that, yeah, we're gonna have a bad day. It's not
Very
gonna be
bad
okay.
day.
It's not gonna be good. But all right, good question. So here's a good one for you. That's kind of funny, but it's funny. It's comical. Not to these folks so much. To me, it's fucking hilarious. Should a vegetarian or vegan eat animal crackers?
Yes.
Sorry. I know they're all like, "Ah."
I think that should be a prerequisite.
Well, I
Carry your
mean, if
vegan
it
card.
doesn't contain, well, I don't know if it contains anything from animals. I know vegans are super against anything animals, even though plants are living things, but they eat the hell out of them. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm a meat eater, but I may be wrong. That's an opinion. But if it let's say it has nothing in it that's from an animal, I don't know what the hell's in an animal cracker. It might have milk or something in it, but let's just say for argument's sake it has nothing in it like that. I want to know from vegans. Let me know. Is it okay to eat animal crackers because they're shaped like animals?
Oh, let me tell you about this. This is something I read the other day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about this dumb shit. So the people that make animal crackers, these sons of bitches.
God.
If you notice,
Easy.
well, look, I may not be the most soft spoken, but I do have your attention.
Yeah.
Next time you're in the grocery store, I want you to pick up a box of animal crackers and look at it and tell me what's missing. Tell me what's missing. Ladies and gentlemen, they've made animal crackers for how many years now?
I don't know a lot.
They took the bars off the box because they said it was animal cruelty. They are fucking crackers. Please. And I am serious as a heart attack. Next time you're in the store, find them and look at the box. Remember, it used to be a nice little circus car looking box, had the little
See,
bars.
all right. So the circus thing. There's a lot of animal cruelty in circuses. Sure.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with the crackers? No, like really. That
I
seems
don't know.
that seems like a
I
hard
don't.
jump. Seems like Evil Knievel would have a hard time with it. But people make it every day.
Yeah.
I'm with you
They
on that
do.
one. I'm like, it's a little too much. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think because you do something that is somehow distantly as shit related to something else means you're in support of that something else, right? Like, uh, let's say you got a lot of people that like Coke, a lot of people that like Pepsi, right? Well, let's say, or hold on, well, you got a lot of people that like soda in general. Like you and I like that good nectar of the God. You just took a swig of there. And
Yeah.
all right, so let's say that one soda comes out, right? And it was founded by someone who is just a real piece of shit. Find out he has like I don't know people enslaved in his house and has kept them captive for years and also have been abusing animals and has like a zoo in his yard or whatever, some Joe Exotic type. But he came out with a really good soda, right? And now that guy gets arrested, goes to jail or prison, whatever. Um, and somebody else buys out the company, a really good person. Should that company, who has a good product, mind you, everybody, people who drink it like it, it's good soda. Should they no longer ever drink that soda again? Because that asshole made a bunch of other decisions that weren't actually directly related to the soda in any way. Let me know what you think. The root of all stuff at gmail.com, all one word. Or the root of all stuff on Facebook. Let us know. That's some stuff I have no answers to right there. But yeah, all right. I see your point there. A little pissed off about them bars, huh?
Yeah, it just
They
makes no
just freed the
sense.
animals, Josh. Quit being a dick.
Well, look, man, with all the other shit that's going wrong in the world, somebody was like, "Oh, them crackers don't need to be in bars." Really?
Well, I mean, no, we're gonna bite their damn head off as soon as we eat the cookie anyway, right? But might as well free them first. I got him. I got him reeling.
Oh man.
I could give a shit either way on that one, honestly. Yeah, that was a good. That was a good one. I don't
Let's
know if
see.
we asked for this one on the food, but that's a good one. Why can't you buy mouse flavored cat food?
I think it's because they have different breeds of mice, and they just ain't got the flavors figured out yet.
Well, couldn't they just make like one until they figure out other breeds or put mice in
And that'd be too easy.
it? All right, go ahead. What you
Let's see. I got you one right here. In your opinion, what's the best part of growing older?
got? Oh man. Right now, for me, best part of growing older is watching my kids grow. Um, it's bittersweet. Of course, you have your own memories of when you were a kid, and they do things that remind you of what it's like to be a kid sometimes. Of course, they also piss you off sometimes. They're kids. They're amazing creatures. But that for me is the best thing of getting older. Or as old as I am, I know some people are like, this guy ain't that old. But I mean, as old as I am, as my perspective as I've gotten to this age, at least, has been that's been the most interesting thing. What about you, man? I want to know the response to you on that.
Um, well, I don't have children, so to me, best part of growing older is knowing my limits.
Yeah, that's true.
Comfortable with that. I'm not 10 foot tall and bulletproof anymore.
Yeah,
But at the same
kind of got
time,
a little perspective on it, didn't you?
yeah, and because of that, and because I know my limits, I'm a lot more comfortable.
Right.
I'm a lot more sure of myself. I know I can take a beating. I know exactly how much of a beating I can take now.
Yeah.
Not saying I want to,
I don't think anybody.
no, but you know, I know how
And,
far I can
but now
go.
that you know that, you're wiser for it, and are probably far less likely to receive
Exactly. I know how far I can go before I can't go any farther. That way I can stop before I get there.
one. Yeah, that's good. All right, I got one for you. Do do you think? All right. So along that same line, in your opinion, at what age does a person become quote elderly?
Elderly?
Yeah, like what at what age would you consider a person at that specific time elderly?
Say right around 65, 70 years old. I mean, elderly, more of a, well, I don't even know if it's a mindset because, I
Right,
know
because
a
in
lot of,
my mind, I'm pretty elderly, but I mean, I know people are like,
oh, dude, we're
my
falling
dad's
apart.
like, shut up.
Yeah. You know, uh, I guess the definition of elderly would be more of a legal thing now. Because I know a lot of people who are up there, 70, 80, 90 years old, who can run circles around most people.
Yeah. I'm just asking, like, from your perspective, what age is elderly?
65 and up.
65 and up. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead, fire away.
Oh, let's see. Um, what is one thing that you need that you want to accomplish in the next 12 months?
Um, that I need, like, actually need
Actually need.
in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Food and water.
Food and water.
I mean, I'm sorry. Is that? I don't know. Like, is there something more you're getting at? Because I mean, that just seemed too obvious. Like,
it's one need. Like something that you
personal
cannot.
need, emotional need, physical need.
A physical need.
Yeah.
Food and water would about be it for me too.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Food, water, power.
yeah, that water shit. It's almost like I couldn't live without it.
Yeah.
After trying it a few times, I've kind of decided can't live without it.
Yeah, it's pretty useful.
All right. So, is there a difference between a sucker and a lollipop? And if so, what is it?
Yeah. P.T. Barnum said a sucker's born every minute, but lollipops are harder to find. No, I think actually, I think suckers are flat, lollipops are round.
Are they?
I think so. I'm not 100% on that,
Not
but
either.
I do
Hold
remember
on,
reading.
that's worth a Google, right? So we
Yeah.
have that power here. So maybe Google can give us something on that one for whatever Google's worth. Let's take a gander. What was it? Difference between lollipop or sucker and lollipop, right? Lollipops are a common name across the country for what's essentially a hard candy on a stick. But in the Midwest and South, you hear the term sucker used just as often. In some areas, lollipop is disc shaped, while sucker is spherical. So the lollipop is flat, yeah. But honestly, they're the same shit, guys. I'm pretty sure it's a difference in terminology.
Spun sugar.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What you got?
Let's see. What is one life lesson that you had to experience firsthand before you fully understood it?
Divorce.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough.
No, it's good shit. No. Sorry. No, it's not. It's really shitty. Like, I hope nobody has to go through that. It's quite a pain in the ass. Costs you a lot of money. And if you're a man in North Carolina, half your shit, and doesn't matter what happened, it's your fault or not. But it can also be a good thing. It just depends. That's a perspective thing. Like if it was a mutual split, or if or it can be bad. Like I say, if there's someone unfaithful in the relationship, something like that, then it's shitty. But yeah, good question. Let's see. All right, Josh. Here's one that's just sort of cheesy and goofy,
Well,
but fuck it, I'm going for it. Now we've all heard these sayings or these questions or rhymes or whatever the hell they are. They're phrased as a question,
right.
but they're just old sayings, right? Um, was fuzzy wuzzy fuzzy. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, have you been living under a rock? What's wrong with you? No, I'm just playing. I'll tell you. All right, so Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, so Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't really Fuzzy Wuzzy. See, that's one of those tongue twister type things that the old folks. But was Fuzzy Wuzzy fuzzy?
He was
It,
at one point.
well, that's his name. But Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, so
Right.
Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Wuzzy Wuzzy. That's it, but
Oof.
see, yeah, it's terrible. It's,
Man, that made
okay,
my
I
head
had to
hurt.
go for it. Sorry, that was not fair. That was not fair at all. All right, real question, no bullshit. Sorry, I had to hit you with that one. Is the glass half empty or half full, or both?
Mm. It was both. It's it's all about perspective.
That's right.
I mean, I can draw a 9 on the table. I see a 9, you see a 6.
Hmm.
It's all about how you look at it.
That's right. So we were talking about settling for things at one point, how people settle for things. Um, I hear that mentality where we work a lot. The whole it can always be worse. People say, but they don't never say the rest of it. It could also be better
Yes,
exponentially, right? Things could
exponentially.
always be exponentially worse, or how about this? Better. But that's what they tell themselves to settle, to emotionally comfort themselves. Don't get me wrong. Things could be worse. They could suck way worse. They could also be way better, right?
I
That's
agree.
that's just my perspective. Go ahead.
Uh, all right, here's one for you. Since you hit me with the fuzzy wuzzy, I'm gonna hit you with this one.
Yeah, I knew
Uh,
I was gonna have to get you was gonna have to get revenge for that one. That was too much.
let's see. What is the biggest change you have had to make in your life in the last year?
Biggest change I've had to make in my life in the last year. That's a good one because there's been so damn many. Good God. Um, I don't, the biggest one, I don't know because there's been so many. I mean, of course, COVID's affected everyone. You know, wearing masks and things like that to keep safe. And then the personal life roller coaster that just goes on and on. I really can't pinpoint the hardest one currently. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's this. I say this past year has sucked an exponential bag of dicks, so it's just hard to really pinpoint a specific one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I say, but as they say, it could be worse.
Yeah, milk could have pulp.
Yeah. For those who like to chew their milk, can like,
Leave it in the fridge long enough and it will.
yeah. So here we go. Why do we forget things we don't want to forget?
Because we get old.
Huh.
No. Uh, sometimes we commit stuff like that to memory and we're like, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. We don't think about it. And eventually it just fades away.
Yeah,
And then we're like, shit, I wish I could remember that.
that's good. All right, good.
Let's see. If you had to be someone else for one day, Who would you be and why?
If I had to be someone else for one day, who would I be and why? Hmm. Jeff Bezos. Why? Because I would go ahead and transfer all of my assets and funds into my account.
Yeah, that man is filthy rich.
Well, he's no longer Amazon CEO. Do you see that?
That don't matter. He's still rich,
Oh yeah,
man.
he's the richest person on earth. Whatever. But yeah, yeah.
Retarded.
So here's one that that we discussed quite a bit on the show. What do you believe but you cannot prove?
What do I believe but cannot prove?
Yeah.
Me personally,
Yep. Oh, Coop's going a little crazy. Sorry.
me personally, I believe in the existence of a creator,
Okay.
God, if you will.
Yeah.
Cannot prove this, but I still believe.
Fair enough. Go ahead, fire away.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. What is something that you don't like to do that you're still really good at?
Something that I don't like to do that I'm really good at. My job.
I was gonna say the same thing. Oh man, no, I love my job. It's the best job I ever
Yeah.
had.
No, I actually like my job now. No, what do I do? What do I not like to do that I'm really good at? Honeydew lists.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I've had to do a few of them myself, and
I'm not saying which honey, I'm not saying,
right.
but yeah, I'm
Well,
good at
neither
them, but I'm not a fan of them.
am I.
All right. What would you regret if you died tomorrow?
If I died tomorrow, what would I regret?
Well, consider considering you could regret it. What would you regret if you died tomorrow?
Not being able to spend more time with my loved ones, my family.
What you got?
What type of person angers you the most?
What type of person angers me the most? Someone who is willfully ignorant, or otherwise known as stupid. Stupid people.
Refuse to listen to reason.
Well, I say not ignorant people. People but people who do things or say things or that not that they don't know, but that they think they know before they know. Does that make sense? Like me telling you how you're gonna feel in the morning, right?
Right.
Like as a matter of fact, like no, that's how you're gonna feel. Not I think this is how you're gonna feel, or I believe this. No, this is how you're gonna feel. And if you don't, then you're just wrong about how you feel. Well, it's kind of stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no damn sense.
Right. Sorry. but did my answer make sense?
It did. It
Okay.
did.
All right. How far will you go to experience something for the first time? I would guess it depends on what it is. Right?
Yeah.
But let's say it's something amazing, something good. Okay. How far will you go to experience it for the first time? Like if you've never experienced it.
knowing me to the point of pain.
But then is it still good? Sorry, that's more than one question.
Well, no. You're good. You're good. That kind of begged the question itself. Um, I don't know if it would necessarily be good, but at that point, to me, it'd be worth it.
I got you. I got you. You're not like a sadomasochist or anything.
No, not anymore.
Well, if you were, I don't care.
No, I'm,
I know some people are like seething about that. No, I'm not against you. I don't care. I'm not one. I just don't care. That's what you're. Whatever tickles your pickle. You know. Whatever. Um. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Fire away. What you
um, what is the one decision that you regret the most that you've made in your life?
got? Oh God, just one.
Just one.
Hmm. Just one. God, I made a lot of bad ones. um. I think you've asked me this one before, haven't you?
I don't remember if I worded it the same way, but I think I have.
Okay. Whatever my answer was last time, because I don't know right off the top of
Yeah, I can't remember what it was last time.
my head. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead, fire off another one if you got one.
Da, 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 da. What was the most defining moment in your life during the past year?
Most defining moment in my life in the past year.
Or the most significant moment in your life in the past year?
Hmm. In a good or a bad way?
Either.
In a bad way, damn near getting like laid off like permanently. That sucked bad. Um, in a good way, took my kids hunting this year. Got to go with you hunting this year. That was good. Um,
Yeah.
did some fishing. You know, there's been a lot of good things along with all this terrible shit that's going on. Like I say, it could be worse, but it could be better. So you know, we all have been doing our best to make a good situation out of a turd. You know, that's pretty much what we've been doing. But there have been some good things that have happened like that. You know, so that for me was pretty good. Um, here's one for you. What is oh blah, not what is, if people never fell if someone never fell in love, like however you would define that, because we decided it's hard to define, but if someone never fell in love in their whole life, could they or would they ever truly be happy?
Well, I guess you could chalk that up to the whole ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
If you don't know, then you don't know the other side of it.
Hmm. Can't miss
Uh,
what you never had, right?
do what?
Can't miss what you never had, right?
Exactly. That goes hand in hand with the question.
Oh, hold on, you're cutting off there. You there, Jeff?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Sorry, what was you saying?
Now it kind of goes hand in hand with the question. Is it better to have loved and lost, or never to have loved at all?
Right. Yeah. That's sort of what
It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah. I don't know the answer to that one either. I don't know. But yeah, that's what we do here. Ask questions that we don't know the answer to, but we're still trying to get to the root of it. So if anybody has any ideas, please contact us. Come on the show, talk to us. We'd love to have you.
We really would.
So yeah, we'll have to think on some more questions and stuff because I think we might have repeated a few, but it'll be all right. For those of you who have gotten bored by that, sorry. But we don't hear shit from you, so contact us, and maybe we'll talk about something you want to hear about, huh?
Yeah, there we go.
And like I say, we're on the root of all stuff at gmail.com, and at the root of all stuff Facebook page. You can contact us there. Please don't hesitate. We're open to any suggestions, comments, concerns. If you want to be on the show, things like that, we're willing to hook that up. Just let us know. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot to wind it down. What do you think, Josh?
I think so.
Yeah. So
I'm about out of questions.
right. Well, I'm never out of questions. Just it's late.
Yeah.
It's snowing.
Damn it.
Stuff.
Stuff.
So yeah, this just seems like a good place to wrap it up. We'll wrap it up here. We do want to let's see, today as of this recording, now that it's the next day, we started recording this on Saturday, February 6th. So we will definitely try to have you another episode out here in February. Does that sound good to you, Josh? See, we're planning on putting them on the spot. Sorry.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So
we want to kind of ballpark a topic for next episode.
What you got? You got one in mind?
Yeah, I actually got a pretty good one, I think.
All right, what you
got? It's a question. How much freedom should people be allowed to have?
Wow.
Now, I welcome your input, ladies and gentlemen, please. The root of all stuff at gmail.com, the root of all stuff page on Facebook, please.
I'm going to add to that. I'm going to add to that.
All right.
That's good. I like that. That's a whole episode in and of itself. How much freedom should someone be allowed to have? And how would you define freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Sorry, go ahead, Josh. What were you saying?
No, you're good. We want to hear your input. So please contact us and let us know. Tell us what you think. Tell us your opinion. Tell us your root of all stuff. And then we will discuss it.
Most definitely.
As always.
But guys, thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one. I will have it posted. Josh, what do you think is a good day for us to plan for this to release a date?
We're gonna go.
Say Wednesday. We'll have a date for them.
Yeah, we'll have a date Wednesday.
All right, so Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I will post it up on the Facebook page and let you guys know when our next episode will be. So that will be Wednesday, February 10th. I'll try to have that up by at least noon, maybe 1 o'clock on Wednesday. All right. So we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you can contact us and let us know what you guys think, what you want to hear about, whether you want to be on the show or not, anything that you got on your mind, hit us up with. We'll talk about it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Josh, you want to say bye to everybody?
Thank you guys for letting us do what we do. You keep doing what you do, and we're going to watch the world learn.
That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.